Ever heard the saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Let's talk about a story, a very old one, that puts this idea to the test. It's about a dog who was, to put it mildly, a real troublemaker. This wasn't your average playful pup who chews a shoe or two. No, this dog was genuinely ill-natured and mischievous. He was constantly getting into trouble, chasing the mail carrier, barking at neighbors, and just generally making a nuisance of himself. It got so bad that his owner had to do something drastic, so the owner comes up with a solution. He fastens a heavy wooden clog around the dog's neck. Now, this wasn't for fashion, obviously. The clog was heavy and clumsy. The whole point was to slow the dog down, to make it impossible for him to chase people or jump on visitors unexpectedly. It was a visible sign, a physical restraint to curb his bad behavior. You'd think the dog would be embarrassed, right? Ashamed of this clunky piece of wood that basically screamed to the world, "I can't be trusted." But that's not what happened at all. Instead of hiding in a corner, filled with shame, this dog did the complete opposite. He seemed proud. He strutted around the town, dragging this heavy wooden clog behind him. Clank, clank, clank it went on the cobblestone streets. He'd parade past the market, through the town square, making as much noise as he possibly could. It was like he was wearing a medal. He held his head high, wagging his tail, actively trying to get everyone to look at him. He thought the attention he was getting was a form of admiration. He believed all these eyes on him and he was important, that he was someone special. He was convinced that this clog made him stand out. In his mind, all the stares and whispers were because people were impressed. Look at me, he seemed to think. I'm the dog with the clog. No one else has one of these. I must be a big deal. He mistook notoriety for fame, infamy for celebrity. He was basking in the glow of attention, completely oblivious to the real reason people were looking at him. They weren't impressed. They were wary. They were pointing and saying, "There goes that troublesome dog." The one who so badly behaved his owner had to chain a block of wood to him. The very thing that was meant to be a mark of his misbehavior, he wore like a badge of honor. One afternoon, as he was noisily dragging his clog through a park, he spotted an old acquaintance. This was an older, wiser dog who had seen a thing or two in his day. The mischievous dog, puffing out his chest, trotted right over, expecting a compliment, or at least some acknowledgement of his supposed status. He probably thought the old dog would say something like, "Wow, look at you, that's quite an accessory." But the old dog just looked at him with a tired, knowing expression. He let the young dog finish his little parade, and then he spoke, his voice calm and steady. "You know," he said, "you would be much wiser to keep quietly out of sight with that thing around your neck." The mischievous dog's proud smile faltered. The old dog continued, "You're making all this noise, deliberately drawing everyone's eyes to you. But do you really want everybody to know what a disgraceful and ill-natured dog you are?" Those words hit the young dog like a bucket of cold water. Disgraceful? Ill-natured? He thought he was famous, a local celebrity. But the old dog was showing him the truth. The attention he was getting wasn't admiration. It was condemnation. The clog wasn't a medal. It was a public announcement of his own faults. People weren't looking at him with respect. They were looking at him with caution and disapproval. He had been so caught up in being noticed that he never stopped to think about why he was being noticed. And that's the core of the story. Notoriety is not fame. Being known is not the same as being respected. This is a lesson that's just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago, especially in our hyper-connected world of social media, clicks, and views. It's so easy to chase attention, to do something shocking or controversial just to get noticed. People pull wild stunts, engage in online drama, or create outrage just to see their name trend. And for a moment, it works. They get the views, the comments, the shares, they become notorious. But what kind of reputation are they building? Are they known for their talent, their kindness, their intelligence, their positive contributions? Or are they known for being the human equivalent of the dog with the clog? Are they famous for being a nuisance, for causing trouble, for their bad behavior? Getting attention is easy, getting respect is hard. Building a positive legacy takes time, effort, and character. Being known for your flaws is a heavy burden to carry, much like that wooden clog. Think about the people you truly admire. Are they famous just for being famous, or are they known for what they've achieved, created, or how they've helped others? Fame built on a solid foundation of good work and good character is sustainable and meaningful. Notoriety built on mischief and controversy is fragile and ultimately isolating. It's like being the most talked about person in the room, but for all the wrong reasons. Eventually people don't see you. They just see the clog you're dragging behind you. So the next time you're tempted to do something just for the attention, ask yourself, what kind of attention do I want? Do I want to be known, or do I want to be valued? Do I want fame, or do I want notoriety? Because as our four-legged friend learned the hard way, they are not the same thing. It's better to be quietly respected by a few than to be loudly judged by many. Be known for the right reasons. Don't be the dog with the clog. Thanks so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that make you think. See you next time.